So I'd like to engage your minds into what have you learned during this entire COVID, Black Lives Matter, and just generally taking a stand, gender-based violence, riots, and movements, taking a stand during this entire time of chaos and madness. What lessons have you learned for yourself as an individual? What parts of your growth are you going to take out of all of this? I mean, I'm sure we've got a lot of trauma and a lot of stress and PTSD that kind of go hand in hand with being trauma bonded as a world, during all of this. And I'm not trying to make light of it. I mean, for me, it's about seeing the good in things, and bringing love and kindness, to a situation. And growth is so important in terms of my life experience. And I think it should be important to all of us that we're able to look at what we can take out of this, and what would really matter. And for me, it would be, being able to savor, um, each experience in my life a little bit more mindfully, because I think as human beings we inherently want more. We it's never enough for us, like we always want to experience more parts of the world, which I think is a natural thing. I suppose that's a bad example, but like it's we always want to obtain more materialistically. We want to be more intelligent, we want to be more sophisticated, more wealthy. We just, once we get something, we always wanting something else. It's like we're never happy with the things that we've got. It's like we're always chasing the next thing. And it's such a dangerous cycle, I feel, because you live a life chasing the unobtainable. Because if whenever you get something, you're never happy. When do you say, okay, enough, now I'm happy? And I think for me, this act of mindfulness has been an ongoing practice that I've been trying to instill in my day to day, because and I say it's been probably like the last 3.5 years, and every now and again it slips because you get busy with work, and you're so busy chasing your tail that you, like, let's say with working from home during COVID, some days I would only shower and change into my pajamas at, like, lunchtime or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because I'd been working so hard trying to get mask orders and chasing my tail. I didn't even have a breath. Like, I'd get into the shower and my phone would be ringing. So it was that, like, whole, like, well, I can't stop what I'm doing because I might miss something. It's that whole FOMO, fear of missing out. And even with things like sugar for me, because I continuously give up sugar in my diet, and there's always that opportunity to have another sweet thing that you might not be able to taste, and you want to taste it because it's something new, that you haven't tasted before. So that idea that you're missing out on something makes you break, the diet, so that you can experience something new. When we should be, yes, we need to be hungry enough to grow, but we also need to, in the moment of doing things, I feel like we'd be more fulfilled if we savored that moment, if we used as many of our senses as we could in that mindfulness practice to savor that moment. And take the example of eating something, a meal, a treat, something you maybe don't like, so you might not want to savor that experience and you want to get it over and done with. But still, that mindfulness is so important for grounding you, and for being able to truly appreciate that moment, especially if it's something that's enjoyable. Like if you like a good steak, or you enjoy your chocolate like I do, you should engage every sense that you can. I mean, the sense of taste in itself is a multi-faceted experience, because if you've got multiple flavors, there's different parts on the tongue, that will be activated with your different flavors, from sour to sweet to salty. And that in itself is a multi-tiered experience. So, I think that you, you have to take that time for yourself and engage in that. And the way that your life shifts when you start engaging in that mindful practice is massive. It's like time slows down. You can activate a joyful emotion in that experience being a good experience, and you can extend that good feeling as you enjoy and savor that experience. And I feel like it's, for me, that is the biggest lesson, because when everyone was on lockdown and had all this free time to focus, I was working my ass off for weeks, to the degree that I gave myself burnout again. Whilst everyone else is busy like doing Zen yoga and doing the things that they never get to do because they never have time to do it, I'm busting my chops, to try and get everything done, to make a living, and help all the people, under that umbrella to make that living. And I think I've learned after that lockdown was lifted, only when things suddenly quietened down, as all my suppliers from my normal business and my customers are busy getting their ducks in a row, things are only starting to wake up now, and they're waking up slowly. And I've got work, but I'm not running around like a crazy person, and I'm enjoying my time to do the things I want to do. And one of the things was to do more videos, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I just don't have that spark, to engage on a social level enough, at the moment. So I'm going to be kind to myself, and I'm going to engage when and if I feel the need to. I'm not going to do it for the sake of, because I've made that commitment that I'm going to do more videos. But I feel like there's so much that we can take from this journey, that mindfulness will make you think twice before you say certain things. That mindfulness will make you think of people that you might want to reach out to, so you'll reconnect with people that you might have lost touch with, or strengthen bonds, that you already have. And there's just so many things that you can gain, from being mindful, aside from the grounding aspect that's good for your soul, and for your health as well. I think it's so important just across the board. So feel free to leave comments below. What did you learn from this whole experience so far? I mean, it's far from over, and we're still trying to work out where the chips may fall. But if you take every day one step at a time, and you take every hour one step at a time, that's also mindfulness in practice there. And I feel that it keeps me a lot more sane in times of chaos and uncertainty. So I think it would also help, in terms of mental health. What have you gained from everything? And do you feel like it's better? Do you feel like it's worse? Do you think, are you a little bit on the fence at the moment? Feel free to leave comments below, and it'd be interesting to see what everyone's taken from it, and maybe we could all learn from your own insight. We should be learning from each other. So I hope everyone's well and everyone's healthy, and hope to reconnect a lot more often with everyone.